family, and a happy Women's Month to everyone that is watching this. My name is Sharnay Blackway. I am a 31-year-old mom and wife, and I am excited to share this journey with you guys. So I'm just here to inspire and to encourage a few of you, but most importantly, just to speak about where this all started. I am born in Rege Park. Yes, I am the daughter of Octavia Lentour, and I was actually born on the 25th of May 1994 in Galeview. So my late great-grandmother, as you all might know, is Rosie Bayers, and some of you might actually be my family members. So hi family. I know that my great-grandmother has a huge family, and I've met so many amazing people within Rege Park that I said, oh, your great-grandmother was actually the reason why I'm in this world. Well, it's actually God as well, right guys? But yes, I was born in the corner of John Collins and Dandelion Street, and I actually spent quite a few years in the same home after I was born, especially as a teenager, but we'll get into that a bit more later. So yes, I was born, my mother was on her way to work, and just being me, dramatic, I was then born almost on a train. She would have called me Kimberly, but let's not get into that. So today I just want to speak about the amazing woman that is not only in my life but has formed part of my character, and also just encourage other women. Sometimes we think we don't do enough, but we are faced with challenges daily, and it is sometimes so tough to do that. I have not only been raised by amazing single women, but I've also been given the opportunity to see how they do things. So like I've mentioned before, I was raised in Rege Park. I had a rough childhood. When I say this, we really didn't have a stable home, you know, like most single parents. You have your highs and you have your lows, and my mother's mother, which was Sally Jacobs, Lele as many might know her, which resided in Bluebell, was actually a woman that made sure that her and her 6 daughters, when I tell you guys, I was surrounded by women, and she basically just carried us through life, right? She and came back to the Rege Park area when I started my grade 8 year, and that in itself is a story. So I went to Rege Park Secondary School, where I then completed my matric, and I started working at one of the biggest banks in South Africa. And my life was basically sunshine, right? But I'm just saying, I met my husband at a very young age, and my life was such an amazing roller coaster, right? When I met my husband, we then settled down, and my beautiful daughter was born in 2019. Now, going back to how my life was, when I started working, I obviously had all these dreams and I had all these aspirations. One, my family and I had then suffered a traumatic passing of my aunt and my cousin, and it was definitely a senseless crime, and that again stemmed from my gender-based activist traits that I have always had. And you know, I've always been passionate about that. And then that was in 2015. It's been 10 years, and I can tell you I'm still very passionate about that. You know, as a community, sometimes we struggle with so many things, and the last thing we have to struggle with is not feeling safe in our own environments. And unfortunately, that is still a reality to so many people. And in celebration of Women's Month, I'm not only remembering my late aunt, but the sacrifices that she has made. 10 years later, we still struggle so much with that passing. But you know what? By the grace of God, we see every day. So unfortunately, 5 years after that, which was in 2020, at the height of a pandemic that so many of us were affected by, we lost my mother's mother. And the late Sally Jacobs was not only a resilient, not only a vivacious, but a very memorable woman indeed. She unfortunately passed away, and that was such a blow because none of us expected it. It was extremely traumatic, and none of us obviously knew that it would happen so fast. And that journey in itself shaped me into something that I never expected. At the time, I had just given birth to my beautiful daughter, and at 7 months we had to say goodbye to my grandmother. And just a month after that, I had to go and witness how my mom's sister was then diagnosed with cervical cancer. And she was not only a beautiful and strong single mother as well, she was a fashionista, and again, such an encouraging and motivating factor in my life. When I think about my aunt, I think about the amazing things that she has not only taught me, but the amazing things that she has done that paved the way for myself. And someone that is very passionate about the way I look and very passionate about what I give to the world. She was one that would keep to herself, but with such a small and gentle heart, she was always there for those that she loved the most. And unfortunately, with her journey, she was not very vocal about it. And I think that was one of the reasons why I started. Unfortunately, 11 months later, my aunt did pass away from cancer. And like so many of my other family members, basically everyone that was diagnosed with cancer, they did not survive the cancer. Fast forward to 2023 January, I am a 28-year-old, literally just trying to get myself from the state of losing my family members, and here I am diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer, which is the most aggressive form of breast cancer. And I could not understand it at first, but we had to do what we had to do. A gruesome experience. Less than 5 weeks after I was cleared from the initial diagnosis, I was then told that the cancer had spread to my brain. I was rushed into emergency surgery, and doctors had said that I'll be on a ventilator, I would be in a coma, and unfortunately, that is what most patients go through. But by the grace of God, I came out of that theater after brain surgery, immediately after brain surgery, singing of the goodness of God. And that again came back from my upbringing, where I was taught in the Methodist Church, in the Bethel Community Church, to obviously put God first in everything. And the amazing woman that played a role in my upbringing definitely made me look at life differently. And yes, I've lost a lot, but I've gained so much. I am excited to announce that I am a proud founder and owner of a business and an NPO that helps other cancer survivors. I am now their voice. As an activist, I use my voice to not only share my own story, but to help those that might feel alone. And this Women's Month, I want you to know that as a woman, you are never alone. There's always another woman that is willing to help you there. So from my side and everyone that has been part of my journey, peace out. Thank you, guys.
Good day, family. My name is Sharnay Blackway, and I am proud to announce that we have an exciting new show coming up called Praise Accelerates Grace, where I will be interviewing amazing guests speaking about the trials and tribulations that they have faced in life. And this stems from health conditions, this stems from a support structure, and mainly to ensure that we use this platform to inspire others. I am so excited to see you guys there, and I'm excited for you guys to tune into something that we are passionate about. We have the tools to accelerate grace.